the Wannabeez.
You know what? Fuck it.
Just spit on it a little bit.
Bow chicka wow wow, guy.
You gotta remember your mother listens to the pod. Shut up.
He fucked like a beast.
Gula looks like he looks like a god compared to us.
Gotta have your tutus, guy.
Like, oh my god.
Fucking bees. Wannabeez, baby.
Dude, oh my god. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Wannabeez. I'm your host, John Van Hook. Joined with me in the Beehive, you have Nick Gula.
Let's go!
And everybody's favorite man with the plan, Justin Kyle.
Let's go!
He did not have a plan today.
No. I'm phoning it in, folks.
Gula said, yeah, just make sure nobody knows you copied my work. And Justin's like, yeah, I got you. Let's go.
I
gotcha. Oh, man. How you guys feeling?
Pretty good. It's been a long week, but I'm so happy to be doing Wannabeez right now.
All right.
I kind of finally woke up today, guy, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna fucking tear my whole fucking bedroom apart and fucking just destroy shit and rebuild, guys. So that's what I did all day today. I went fucking ape shit. I destroyed my fucking bed frame and fucking headboard. Fucking took the Sawzall to it.
Wait, in the bedroom?
Just fucking went, fucking cut the whole thing up. We fucking moved everything around. I must have moved certain things 3 or 4 times in different areas. We moved all this stuff.
It's not a big room. I've been in it.
Fucking take this. So to get that all done, I had to fucking and then I destroyed the bed frame and the fucking the headboard. So that required some power tools.
Gula, now why in the world did you bring a Sawzall to your bed frame? We gotta know.
Because I didn't want the bed frame anymore. I was like, you know what? It's too fucking big for this room. That's not what you told
me earlier. That's not at all what you told me earlier.
So
you're singing a different tune.
There's a bunch of reason. No, I will tell the truth. I always tell the truth. So it's for the fucking, all right? Get the bed on the floor so there's no noise, guy. So So when
there
we
was
do the
too much bumping against the wall,
guy.
Too much headboard clacking. Too much.
There was too much. There was just too much. Boom, 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 boom. I couldn't do full fucking thrust, guy.
You were holding back.
I was just holding back.
And she doesn't appreciate that, I'm sure.
No, I wasn't giving her my 100%, guy.
She's like,
so
come
now
on.
I have to, I could just destroy it now.
You gotta remember your mother listens to the pod. Shut up.
Why not just do what the common man does and throw a couple pillows back there?
They didn't work, guy. There was just everything was moving on the fucking
you fought too hard for the pillows to take the resistance.
Yeah, the pillows just didn't make things.
In one swift movement, it moves too far away from the wall.
Yeah, we had to put Big Bang on and fucking put the volume.
The Big Bang Theory?
Yeah, you just put Big Bang.
Just the intro.
Put the volume up, guy. Just the intro.
Yeah, he's going with the rhythm.
And he's just sitting there slapping cheeks. Do you think people fuck to Wannabeez?
I like to think there's a world that people listen to Wannabeez and fuck. If there's nobody doing that, that's not a world that I fucking want to live in.
Let's talk to the one person who's actually doing it right now. Let's talk him through it.
Yeah.
Give it to a hard.
Now spit on it a little bit.
You just.
Do you have any pillows around? Throw a pillow under the lower back. She's really gonna appreciate that.
Or Or do what I do. Do what Gula does. Put your bed on the floor.
Oh,
Because as we
man.
mentioned, you've got a house full of family
Yeah,
members.
there's so many
Yeah.
people in his house.
It must be tough to get.
He's
fucking freaky.
going to great lengths to put his naughty time.
He's like, I've had enough. He comes in with a sawzall and just.
Yeah.
Gotta make it as quiet as possible, guy. Quiet as possible.
It's a very stealth Nookie.
Well, you got kids, man. You got kids. You gotta fucking.
You don't just have kids. You
they
have
don't-
kids. You have brothers. You.
I got brothers. I got kids. I got
Yeah.
family.
Have there been like noise complaints?
Oh, yeah, they definitely hear it. Especially Sam.
Shut up.
Especially Sam. Sam's not quiet.
But have they said something, or are you just assuming?
I'm assuming my fucking
Okay.
headboard is right there. On the,
right up
there where my
against
brother's
right up
fucking thing.
against Chris's
And my
room.
brother lives below me.
Yeah. So Chris is getting the reverb and Toby's getting the aftershock.
And the body, yeah, exactly. He's getting earthquakes on his ceiling, guy.
Wow.
Especially
He's
when
down
you
there,
get
he's
that-
creating beats and shit, and he's like, I need a good rhythm.
We set the beat for you. We're setting the bass. Boom, boom.
He was just telling me about his swing
Top of
too.
it.
Before we started with Ladondo, he was telling me about how he has to take the hooks out of the ceiling and put them in a different spot now because, the way they
Yeah, they're
rearrange
not
their
lined
room, there's stuff in the way. If they put the swing up, they're just gonna run into
We
shit.
can't. We got to put the sex swing. We got to move the sex swing. And
You got a sex swing? That's awesome.
It's not in the right position now, so we have to move it.
This is
We have to move the sex swing.
Wannabeez after hours. That's what this is.
We're
Yeah.
after dark, guys. Cinemax, Skinemax right now. Wannabe Skinemax after dark.
I figured that this story would come up sooner or later, but there's a whole story of me in a Superman costume.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's how I wooed Harley for the first
Do
time.
tell.
You were cosplaying, and that's what gave you.
Yeah,
gave
yeah.
you the
I
game
popped a couple
that she
blue
needed?
chews.
Well, I just want to
shit.
say real quick that when we did the episode, the Halloween episode, and you
Yeah.
had the ball gag ready,
Yeah.
Alyssa pointed out, she was like, "Did he go out and buy that, or did he just kind of have that handy in the house?" And I was just like, you know what? I don't know, and I'm not going to assume anything about their relationship.
Yeah.
But if I'm a
had it.
betting man,
We had it.
he had it on hand.
Yeah, we had it. We had it ready to go, guy. Yeah, we had it, and I wanted to make an impression. I popped a couple blue chews, guy. I had a skin tight Superman outfit.
Uh-oh.
I cut the nipples out, guy.
Nice.
But I'm not fit, so I'm like a big fat dude.
You just cut the nipples out. That's it.
Yep. And then I had this whole thing where I had my Alexa, because Alexa, like the Amazon Echo Dot thing was like super popular at the
Yeah.
time. So I had one in my bedroom. So she was the lights were off, and I go, Alexa, it's sexy time, and my string lights popped on on a low dim setting, and fucking Eminem Superman started playing.
Oh man.
And then there was me in a fucking skin, just a fucking with the nipples cut. And the best part about the whole story, dude, I did like a whole little show for her. And she was like, that was really cute, but I'm really hungry. And she just started eating her McDonald's, guy. She didn't give a shit.
Hungry and dry as a desert.
Yeah. Yeah.
I promise it's just the nipple holes.
5 years later, man. Cheers.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah. Hats off to you.
So, yeah.
Caps off.
That was the one that got her. Yeah. Yeah. I'm only thinking about that because we just did the Superman commentary with DJ WT, and I just felt it was a little fitting with the whole with talking about Nick.
So you put it on. You should have put it on OnlyFans. Isn't that what they do
No,
now?
that
Is
was
put the
just
cosplay
for her.
on and put the
Just
thing.
for her. Special.
Yeah, but you got nips.
Yeah.
You got
I got the super
titties,
nips.
guy.
Maybe
You
I'll
can
do it
put
in
the-
Key West.
you got
Maybe I'll
super
break
little
out the
truffle
Superman
shuffle.
costume in Key West.
Fucking Superman with the super nips, guy.
Just like just partying out
Truffle
there, guy.
shuffle action.
You got your tutu? You got your tutu?
Ooh, should I bring a tutu?
Yeah, we got our tutus, guy. It's big thing in fucking Key West.
Is it
tutus.
really?
Gotta have your
All
tutus,
right.
guy.
They
You got a fucking Tutu Tuesday. Tutu Tuesdays, guy. That's what they call them, dude. You wear
Gula, have you
tutus.
been to Key West before?
Never been, so this will be the first time. But I Googled what's cool and what's going on in Key West, and my mother was like, "Oh, it's fucking tutus." So we looked it up, and we bought our tutus. So that we're gonna bring our tutus down to
Are
fucking
you really
Key
wearing
West, guy.
tutus? Yeah.
I'm not fucking kidding. I'm not playing. When I say we fucking doing something, I
You know, I
fucking
was
do
thinking
guy.
it would like it would be kind of funny if one night you and I dressed up as bees, and we went out to party.
Oh, I
You bring your bee costume, and I'll buy the exact
God.
same
bring the
one.
bee costume, guy.
No.
And
We'll go out there.
We'll fucking.
Okay. I'm glad you brought that up because I think it's absolutely
think?
essential that one of you represents bees down there.
Oh,
in Key
bro,
West.
listen to me. I got plans to represent Wannabeez like you wouldn't fucking believe.
Oh, I know
Don't
you
think,
do.
Don't think for a minute that I'm spending all this money to go down there to Key West and not
stickers,
represent Wannabeez.
Patches.
We
I
got
know you're ready.
stickers, bro. We got patches. We got everything you could need. So I'm hoping, you know how I did those Wannabeez buttons way back then when we did that giveaway?
Yeah.
And I did like the little cards that you staple on. They like real
It was
professional.
professional
like,
as fuck. Even Trevor said, like, this shit looks crazy.
Yeah, I want to do something like that for stickers, like little sticker packs, because essentially the idea is like they're just business cards, right? Like you can hand out stickers, but they don't have like the links, they don't have the info, that you know what I mean? So the little stapled little packaging is going to be like the little business card that you hand out with the
Yeah.
Anyway, I say all this because I don't know if this is too much inside baseball, but this has been a nightmare for me. So I ordered the fucking stickers, right? I ordered all the stickers. There's enough for me to make like, you know, a couple, like 2 packs, right? There's going to be like 50 packs altogether, like 52 packs. And I was gonna get the clear bags with the little cards. I bought the clear bags. They just showed up. I ordered them a month ago. They just showed up.
Oh my god!
They're the right size. Like it's like a 3 by like 3.5 like rectangle, but it opens from the wrong fucking side of the bag. It's like waited an entire month for these stickers to come in that don't fucking fit. So tomorrow before work, I'm going to be running around looking for some fucking little clear bags that are going to fit these little fucking stickers.
Joanne Fabrics, guy. You got to go to jail. Joanne Fabrics.
Yes.
They're going out of business and find some bags.
I mean, I'll have to find something because it's crazy.
Fucking Hobby Lobby.
Yeah.
They don't
nuts.
fit at all? Like, you can't just put them in the
little
wrong
bags,
angle
yeah.
or something?
They don't. Yeah, they just don't fit. Like they open up the long ways instead of like the top of the bag. You know what I'm saying? They would open up, and they don't. The stickers don't fit. They don't fit.
Yeah,
at
that
all.
kind of defeats the purpose of the outside covering.
Yeah, I was kicking the balls. So anybody who's because I know there's listeners who are going to be at the Q West Comedy Escape. If you guys are listening and you guys do get like patches and stickers, just know that I went through hell to make that happen.
It was a labor of love, for sure.
But yeah.
That's the thing, Walt's always saying, like, it's, thinking of the next situation, the next giveaway thing is just, and getting that all done is fucking ridiculous, guy. We care about you guys,
I want to give you guys a quality thing, right? Like, if we put out a t-shirt, if we put out stickers or something, I want it to be cool, right? And I also don't want to, like, charge a fuckload of money for it. Because I understand that we have a niche audience. A lot of our listeners are aunts. They're already spending money on Tell 'em Steve Dave and stuff. But, hey, if you guys do like us and you guys want merch, we got it. Speaking of which, We haven't talked about this really on the show. Barry McLean Jr., who is a comic book artist for Blue Juice Comics. He's done Billy the Kid. He's done some other independent stuff. He's done a lot of Tell 'em Steve Dave art over the years. Super fucking talented dude. He did a awesome Wannabeez t-shirt design that is available now. We have a TeePublic storefront. I think it's like teepublic.com. And if you just go on there and you search Wannabeez, both of the t-shirts should pop up. There's one of just like the regular logo, and then there's the Barry McLean Jr. one. I just think we just look so fucking cool.
Yeah, it's metal as fuck.
Yeah.
It's fucking
super metal.
Oh my god, the way
It looks so
he captures all of our faces so well. And now I'm glad to say, like, I'm not someone who like loves my own face. I'm not someone who's very egotistical, but I'm so happy to say now that I've had at least 4, maybe 5 different artists try to capture what my face looks like. And that's it's such a weird process to, put through your head, and looking at the picture and being like, oh, it's so weird. It does look like me. And why does it look like me? And this and that. And so now that he's drawn me and he's added to that list, wow, it's crazy how it looks like me. And, as I grow into an older age, I start to look in the mirror and I'm like, do I recognize the man that I see? But then I look at this guy, he drew a little cartoon of me and I'm like, that's 100% me. That's so me. And that's Justin and that's Nick. And all our faces are so incredibly captured. And the t-shirt is
so good.
Fucking so sick.
I'm so proud of it. I think Gula looks like he looks like a god compared to us.
Yeah. Oh my god.
He looks so glorious in his big fucking beard and like the swoosh of the hair and everything. He just looks like a god.
Yeah.
And there's nice callbacks too, right? Like I threw in a couple things here and there. I put in the Savage Compassion thing on John's shirt, and I also put in a little cat on my shirt, which is a callback to Mr. Whiskers Clubhouse. So there's little callbacks here and there. So, and it says Wannabeez on the back of the shirt, which is super cool. I think it's only like $26 for a t-shirt on TeePublic, and we get like $1 or $2 off of that. So I mean, if you like the show and you support it, we would really, really fucking appreciate it. I mean, it's super cool. I'm honestly, one of my favorite parts about Wannabeez is just coming up with all the art and merchandise and just like these stickers or the buttons or the working with Barry McLean. And like, I just love doing like these little side projects. I would rather do this than work at the Crystal Store any fucking day of the week. Not that I don't like it there, but it's just like,
Pay for Chopper's food.
Exactly. Pays for Chopper's food.
Pay for Chopper's food.
And you might think that this is an ad for, like, we're trying to push us buying, like, you got to buy our t-shirts, but it's more or less like a protest to TeePublic. Since we've put up our shirts on TeePublic, we think we should be getting more back. So we wanted to more or less educate you guys on how much TeePublic is screwing us. So
You're right.
they get like
I think we literally get like $1.
Yeah, compared
to
like
$1 or $2.
So that's pretty wild. So with Gula bringing up the bed thing, it's a little bit ties into what I wanted to bring up. Change. And so he changed up his bedroom. He's got some stuff going on in his life, and he's got a little bit of free time on his hands. We're not going to go delve into that, but I know he's got some hardship going. And I also have hardships of my own, and I know Justin does too. And all 3 of us, I think, deal with it in our own separate ways, but I would like to believe that we deal with it in similar ways. So instead of talking about the hardships, I want to kind of like hone in a little bit on how we deal with the hardships. And, this isn't going to be an enlightenment episode. It's not going to be a John therapy episode, but there is a couple things I want to talk about. And one of those things is something we have a little bit in common here. And recently I have been on a wild spree of buying mostly loose, but I have bought quite a few packaged off the shelf action figures. And I've been going to a couple we have a couple shops here in town. A little bit of a lesser known comic shop, and then one shop that's it's called Bigger Boat Collectibles, and it's almost exclusively toys, which this is like crazy to me because you don't see that in this area. I walked in this place for the first time. I didn't even know it was in my town, but I walked in this place for the first time. Every shelf, ceiling to floor, every wall, toys, loose, open, girls, boys, old, new. Fucking crazy. I absolutely lost my mind, but I didn't find this until a couple weeks into this new hyper fixation that I have with buying toys. So I've been getting toys here and there. I've been posing them, putting them up. I've been like, I've been buying new, like I went to the Goodwill recently. I bought a little bit of shelving to like put my newer toys on. And,
Have you been writing operas? For your toys to
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
how to.
No, but
Little
I
roleplay action.
100% think that this is, I mean, not to be too dramatic about it or like melodramatic, I guess, but I 100% think it's like somewhat of a trauma response to some stuff that I have going on in the background, some stuff with my parents, um, and some stuff with me, like coming to terms with my own life. And I just feel like it's like this weird resurgence that like maybe my brain's like lurching back for something. And in my search, my
Like
hunt,
trying to regrasp some sort of like childhood adolescence or
yeah,
maybe a more innocent time or something like maybe a more imaginative time, if that makes sense. I
yeah,
don't know.
exactly. And like like
I
Walt
gotcha.
has described multiple times with Sunday Jeff, like they go out and they're on the hunt. They have certain things in mind, and I have gotten that. At first, I went out just for toys. I was like, I just want loose figures. I don't want anything in packaging. And then week after week, it's evolved to like, well, now I want this. Now I want toys with more articulation.
Yeah.
Now I want toys that are from this line. Now I want Fantastic Four. Now I want this and that. So, and it's been interesting to watch as we're going on, but in no way, shape, or form have I ever denied that. Just like, this is emotional response. This is totally like, but for once in my life, I feel like I'm not fighting it at all, and it feels different because it feels almost like an addiction. But it also feels like it's not. It's like, oh, it's not heroin. I'm not like buying
Right. I'm
bottle
just
after
buying
bottle
toys.
and dry.
Could be
Yeah,
a lot worse.
I just bought a Black
a lot
Bolt
worse.
figure, and he looks awesome. He's very articulate. He's got two heads. And
Yeah, I feel I think because I collect a lot of toys. You know this.
Yeah.
I've got a big collection of toys,
I
and
practically forced you
I
to
think-
show me recently.
yeah, I've got a big I mean, but honestly though, I haven't bought because I was like you, man. I had this fucking
You were
addiction.
reaching.
It was like I would reach for a specific toy line, and I had to have everything, or something like. It was around the time Comic Book Man was around, so I really liked watching that show and like learning about different toys and toy lines, and that would send me down rabbit holes. Like I was obsessive, dude. I had so much shit. I have half of the shit.
I noticed you
Like,
have
I've
some
sold
pretty cool like classic stuff in your collection, like stuff that's like, ooh,
Yeah.
that's old. I can see that's old.
Yeah, I like the old stuff. I like old stuff that have gimmicks. I like I love Migos, I just like old stuff in general.
Yeah.
But I used to have like high end stuff too. Like I used to have a lot of Hot Toys. I used to have a lot of like super articulate shit like I sold all of it, honestly. Like most of that shit ended up on eBay eventually.
Wow.
And like I don't know. Like I was spending so much money on it, and it was kind of like my drug. It was like I was working so that I could pay for this fucking toy, or that I could pay for that. You know what I mean? It was like, it was a drug for me. It was the hunt. And honestly, like when I go into a comic book store now, it's like I walk in, I'm like, I could spend hours in here, but I'm only gonna limit myself to like 20 minutes. Because if I'm in here longer than 20 minutes,
Yeah, I did
I'm gonna
that
be
the
broke
other
as
day.
fuck.
I did that the other fucking day, dude. Oh
Yeah.
my god.
I've moved on. I've moved on from that stuff. I used to collect a lot.
Yeah.
Like you guys are the same, but you're a lot younger than
Yeah.
I am, so you're just hitting that phase. That was 20 years for me
Yeah.
ago. You know, that was 20 years ago. Right now, I don't really. I'm trying to fucking. You get to a point where you want to just fucking unload everything.
Yeah.
You don't want the shit that you carried around or
Yeah.
thing. Well, a big thing with me was video games. I like to collect video games. Remember those fucking Infinity
Yeah, with the little
for the Wii?
characters.
No, yeah.
The little characters, the Amigo things you would buy with the video games and stuff. I bought every motherfucking one of those son of a bitches, guy. I had all of them, guy. I was like, yo, they came out with Star Wars. I had to have fucking every Star Wars fucking figure.
I would see listings on Marketplace of those Xfinity figures and be like, who the fuck bought all these? And then quickly decided that they had to get rid of them.
Nick is that guy.
No, I still have them. I still have them. I never fucking sold them, guy. I still have them down in New Hampshire. I have them in my tote.
No shit.
And then fucking you plug that little pad in, and then you put the fucking character on it.
I have a ton of those.
The character.
Yeah, I have a ton of those too.
Fucking love those things. I had to have the. And then the Islander ones,
the
not
little,
just
like,
the
the little
Infinity
map.
ones. It has they had little monsters and stuff
Yeah.
like that. I bought every fucking one of those, guy.
Nick Gula, you are fascinating.
I have all the Star Wars characters from that set, and I actually, because I have like a Star Wars like Monopoly board, and whenever I play Monopoly, that's what we use for like little like instead of like
Guys.
the little like aluminum bullshit little metal things. I deck out the whole board with like those figures because I'm like, what else am I doing with them? Like that, you know, like fuck it.
I don't know. I just wanted every one because in the game it would unlock a different fucking piece of the game, guy. And I was like I'm obsessive. I have OCD like a motherfucker. So it was like I couldn't get into this one place because I didn't have this fucking character. It would drive me absolutely batty, guy. So I'd have to run out and go grab it. I'd be like, yo, fuck that. I can't fucking
You are exactly what they wanted. You were like the chum in their waters. You
100%. 100%. I was that dude. Like I couldn't get into this fucking. I couldn't unlock these missions, and I was like, "Yo, I'm going to get this.
Get the Iron Man.
I'm getting this motherfucker. I gotta get him. I gotta."
Well, let me ask you this.
That's incredible.
So I can somewhat identify when this craze started. Trevor came to visit. I talked about that. That was the beginning, or was it the end of January, at the beginning of February? And towards the end of his visit, he had asked about going to see a comic shop that we had here in town. And when I took him, I bought a couple loose figures. Those were the first loose figures I'd bought since, I guess since Boba Fett, the Boba Fett I opened up on the show. But before that, it had been Trenchcoat Batman. So those were the first figures I had got since then, and I just got this rush off of them. And he bought a couple things too, but then he left. And when he left, I don't know, maybe I'm just a delicate human being, but I was just like, I had this high when he was here, and then he was gone.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't know, maybe I'm bipolar or something, but I just had such a crash when he left that I was just like, I need to do something to combat this, or else I'm gonna be a horrible person.
I need my heroin, guy.
Yeah.
I gotta go get my thing and my fucking invisible woman, guy.
I think we're
I gotta
all
get
in
my
that boat
visible
because
women.
that's why we started this fucking podcast to begin with.
Yeah,
guys.
chasing the high.
Yeah, exactly.
Trying to chase the first drag of that cigarette.
Exactly.
So I
We wouldn't be here at this point if that wasn't the case, guy.
Dude, I'm like itching for Wannabeez. That's my new fucking addiction right now. That's how I cope with fucking reality right now. Is I just sink myself into Wannabeez.
you know
stuff.
what?
What's gonna make John and Nick laugh or happy or like, well, this is gonna be awesome. Like that's
I gotta say that I have a certain amount of stress that comes from Wannabeez. Like certain aspects of it feel like homework, but up until the point where I get in this seat that I'm sitting in right now, holding the microphone that I'm holding right now, up until that point is where the stress stops, because then when I get here, I'm just like, I miss you guys so much. And I don't realize that until I'm in the moment. And I feel like the other aspects of Wannabeez let it get in the way. But my whole tangent about the toys was basically about like, so since Trevor came, I have bought, let me try to count this. I bought that one.
Oh, now buying tools, the toys is like, what the fuck? They didn't have this shit when I was a kid, guys.
Yeah.
So like, that would have been, how fucking crazy it would have been to have like fucking some of the shit that they have nowadays. Back then, it's like, I was fucking killed for something like that.
I think that's
guy.
just a generational thing, though, don't you think? I think generation after generation looks at the next generation's toys and thinks like, "Wow, that's cool." You know what? Yeah.
No, don't get me wrong. I mean, I had fucking like all the Transformers. I had all.
I wish
the
I had
Joes.
some Street
I had
Sharks.
all the fucking.
I wish I had some of the original TMNTs.
Those were the
with
best.
like the shell.
If you were going to be
and shit.
If you were gonna be, live in an era for toys, it would have been the 80s and 90s.
Early
it had
90s,
to been like
for sure.
fucking like the late 80s, early 90s was the fucking shit. Like I can't believe like how much shit right now. If I had the shit that I had then, I'd be a fucking millionaire
for
but,
sure.
unfortunately, we used to bury them in the backyard and blow them up with firecrackers. And set 'em
well, that's
on
why they're so
fire
rare too. It's like
fucking.
they just didn't survive. Now everybody thinks that like they win the fucking jackpot when they buy a toy. So now everybody keeps them pristine in packaging. So that means, guess what, asshole? They're never going to be worth anything because everybody does that. Like everybody.
And you're going to be a 40-year-old version.
Yeah.
And you're never going to have sex, and it's not going to be worth anything.
Well, you're going to start buying a different type of toy.
Which is exactly why, like, I've been opening I've been buying loose figures exclusively because of that. Because all these loose figures, a lot of them I've come across have been dirty.
That's the way to go. It's way cheaper too.
A lot of them I've come across have been dirty. They've been like colored on with magic marker. They've been chewed on, this and that. And I just want to give them the love that they should have. I feel like it's almost like the end of their life. Okay, so I recently bought a Miss Invisible or the Invisible Woman, whichever you prefer. I bought a Miss Invisible because I have been to quite a few resale shops now. I got a Thing secondhand. He's from like the early 2000s Fantastic Four movie. And I
think I have that same one. Does he have like a little button in the back that kind of like...
No buttons.
He's got like one clenched fist.
No buttons, unfortunately.
No? Okay.
But my point is, like, you just don't see a lot of Miss Invisible figures out there. So I saw this one in packaging, and I was like, what I want to do is, at first I wanted to get a Fantastic Four collection, but now what I want to do is get like a multiversal Four going. So like now that I have that one from the early 2000s, I was like, oh, definitely I'll go back to the store, grab that Miss Invisible that's, from a newer line. Then I'll complete the line by getting two other, Mr. Fantastic and a Human Torch from two other different lines, and maybe a Silver Surfer from a different line. And then I'll have, an entire Fantastic Four line because I already have a Doctor Doom from entirely different toy lines. Then I have a whole multiverse thing going. And it's kind of like what I'm trying to do with my evolution of toys.
I like that.
But the whole reason I
like
brought
that.
this up, right? I love Legos. Always have. I'm not afraid to admit it.
Gay!
Trevor loves Legos. Justin admitted it in the chat. He loves Legos. And I was so curious to know if, like...
I'll say it right now, John. The best Batman movie right now is the Lego
Okay,
Batman.
so that's what I was going to say. Is like, does Gula, our oldest member, does Gula appreciate the Legos? And he sure the fuck does. Because how...
I did build one yesterday.
How have you been distressing this last week?
Well, last night I was just like randomly. I was like, you know what? I have this fucking Lego War Machine figure, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna build it last night. So I built it, and it came out pretty fucking badass. The best fucking thing about this Lego fucking War Machine, I didn't realize it. They got these little fucking round red discs that you put inside the thing, and you can fucking shoot them. They fly around the fucking room, guy. Dude, I pressed that button, guy. I must have lost 2 of the fucking little discs. They fucking fly.
That's why you tore apart the bedroom, guy.
Yeah, to find the fucking, yes, definitely, to find the little discs.
That's great. Oh, that's awesome. So that's exactly what I wanted to ask you, is basically like, what did doing the Legos do for you? Like, did you kind of reach out to the Legos in a feeling of like, things are hard right now. I just need something simple. I need something that's going to bring it all together for me. And then when you put them...
I love puzzles. That's the thing. It kind of like goes on with all my fucking craziness. Like, I love, like, building things, right? Like, I'm really good at fucking visualizing and building things and be able to take, something that's in its raw form and just, build it. Like, that's what I do for a living. I'm an electrician. Right. So it's like, I'm in that discipline of that, taking something from nothing and building it into something that works.
Okay.
It always has. It gets my mind off of like all the shit that goes through in the world. If I can, I love working with my hands. If I can do that all day long, that's where I'm at.
What's your favorite secondary media to absorb while you do that? So like when I put my Legos together, I like to go with, in the past I've done movies. But my favorite's just to pick a nice like playlist or something to put on.
Oh, I didn't have no playlist. I don't do any.
You do raw dog your Legos. So you just go nothing.
I'd raw just nothing
but your brain just get
and
the manual and the bricks
and the bricks. That's it, guy.
I do heroin when I do Legos. I do heroin.
Nice. No, you gotta pour them out. You gotta get it. You gotta get it. You gotta get the fucking. You gotta get a tub. You gotta pour them out. I had so what I used last night. We have this thing for deviled eggs, and it's got like these
that was
little
pretty ingenious.
divots in them. So it's like, boom! I fucking when I was putting it together, I could put. Yeah, the little divot has like specific things in it where it was easier to find the little pieces. And I came with extra pots. But I ended up using them in
What do you mean
build.
You came with extra parts? Like you...
It came with the box. They had like a couple of extra pots.
They always add some extras, like in case you lose one or the other, like the smaller pieces. But you ended up working them in.
But
that's my favorite part too.
Put them in there,
make them work in.
There was this like little tube that came up here, and it was like this like thing, and it had a hole in it, and there was a little red piece, circle piece. So I put it in there so it looks like a gun, like it was shooting like laser beams out of the top piece.
That's pretty cool.
Okay, so
I'll put that. I'll take a picture and we can put it on the Instagram.
Please do so. So, what about
Yeah.
you, Justin? Do you listen to anything at all, or watch anything at all when you do your Legos or when you do your thing?
I mean, I don't. Jeez, I don't remember the last time I did a Lego. It was years ago at this point. I mean, I'd maybe have done little sets here or there, but nah. Nah, I mean, I do love Legos. It's like a time commitment for me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I love puzzles. I love Legos, but I'm like, it's just too much time for me to commit. You know
It's
what I
got to
mean?
be you got to be in the mood. You know, the mood's got to strike.
Yeah.
You're
It's
not
just
putting
like
Death Stars together, guy.
no. I mean, it's like I got
10,000
fucking
pieces, guy. 20,000 pieces.
I got a fucking dog that I paid for, like a pet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you gotta follow him around, make sure he doesn't shit on the ground.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
Did you ever get into Legos, Justin?
Yeah, I got into Legos a little bit, and then I touched
Yeah.
the vagina for the first time, and then I
I
was like, "Whoa,
see.
fuck, never touching that."
That's
No.
it. It's the end of the nerd.
See, I did it the other way. Is I touched
Nerd in
multiple vaginas, and now I cannot stop
Yeah.
buying action figures for some reason.
He's like, I've had that.
Yeah.
What's next?
Pussy galore, and then fucking Mattel and
He's like,
McFarlane.
fuck it. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
that pussy out of the way,
Yep.
and then I'm gonna become a nerd guy. So get her to marry me, and then then be like, fuck, bitch. I'm a nerd and I'm buying all these toys. Fuck you.
No, I mean, I don't know. I like to read comics a lot if I want to relax. I usually listen to a podcast or music or something. Lately, my free time's been taken up with Wannabeez stuff, doing art for it. On it, like, it sounds fucked up, but if I want to sit down and watch a movie with a friend, it's like, hey, Trav, let's fucking come over and like let's record a podcast and like let's make it a thing. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
Like I have to work it in somehow, otherwise, like I just can't justify the time in my head.
Gotta figure out how to make money off of this.
I gotta make content.
I guess it's different with me and Harley. Like we've been playing like video games together, and that's really my relaxing time. Is just like relaxing with her and watching some YouTube and we've been playing High on Life.
Yeah.
That's been fun. We watch like YouTube channels together.
That's
But,
sweet.
Man,
I love that.
I wish I had the fucking brain capacity to like commit to sit down and put like a puzzle together for a few hours, or you know what I mean. Like I just don't operate like that. Like I just got too much shit to do, and then I get overwhelmed and I don't do any of it.
Well, I think it's probably somewhat a product of because you guys don't have kids and I have kids. I think I look at your relationship and I'm like, oh my God, I admire so much of the quality time you guys spend together. And then you might, kind of the way you're looking at the Lego sets and the puzzles, you're looking at me being like, yeah, I just don't have the time to just like take that to myself and it's just like devote that to just this one thing, and it just feels
I can also see
lethargic.
you doing it. If I had a kid, I'd be doing it with my kid.
Yeah.
You know what I
Well,
mean?
because my kid's autistic,
had,
it kind of leaves me in this spot where like I would love to build Legos and stuff with him, but he just doesn't kind of collab with that. So he does his own thing, and then I find I have my time with my wife, and then she has her time with me, and then we both have our own time separate. So then those are those instances where I find that where you and Harley, I think, probably have your own time. You have your time together. You have your time at work, and there isn't so much in between that it all melds together that you don't feel like you need to like be like, we need to, make sure we have time for us. We need to make sure we have time for each other. You know what I mean? Like you have a good medium for it. Yeah. Where when you add a kid to that, it kind of adds to like, well, we need to make sure this guy's taken care of, which adds a bit of a complication to us. And then that kind of rounds about on the other side of the life where you're at Gula's point, where you're like, all the kids are mostly grown up and taken care of, and now I'm back to me and building Lego sets and rearranging the bedroom and fucking like a beast and
massive
smashing the headboard into the fucking wall, destroying the drywall and shit. waking Chris up,
Just massive sex. You know,
waking Toby up.
you go through this phase. You go through the phase. You fuck, have kids.
You don't fuck as much.
And then they fucking ruin your life for the 18 years, and then you're back to.
And one day they're gone, and you're looking over, and you're like, I want to fuck you in this swing. Let's put this swing in the ceiling, and I'm gonna you get in it, and I'm gonna fuck you in it. And they're like, yeah, and then we fuck.
Yeah, let's go.
Yep. And it's awesome.
Let's just do it.
And it's awesome.
And it's awesome.
So I think that's really just the circle of life when you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
One day you're a Justin, and the next you're a Gula.
And speaking about kids, I wanted to bring this up because it popped in my head for some fucking apparent reason. You guys like Disney?
Yeah. It's all right.
You're Disney.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Disney
I like
people.
some Disney.
It's kind of like it's very give and
Have you
take.
been to Disney?
Yeah, I've been to Disney.
You've been to Disney? I've been to Disney 10
Which
times.
one's the one on the
Jesus
West Coast?
Christ. Disney.
Disney World. Land.
Okay,
Disneyland,
I was
Disney
there
World
at
is
the age of
Florida.
like 3, so I don't remember it. But technically, my physical body has been there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well, the reason I bring up Disney is because for some reason this popped in my head this week, and I had to go watch it. Like, for some reason, I had this inkling because I just remembered it from my childhood, and it's this short film. It's called Lambert, the Sheepish Lion.
Never
heard of
No,
this?
I've never heard of it.
I knew you were going to come to the table with some shit I've never fucking heard of in my entire life. I absolutely knew it. When you mentioned this earlier, you were like, it's a Disney short. It's a Disney animated. It's animated, right?
Yeah, it's an animated
it's
short.
a Disney
And they
animated short.
They used to be on the way Channel like all the time when I was a kid.
I'm sure.
Like,
Back in
all
the 1950s.
The fucking time. Back in the 1950s and stuff. Okay. But it's about this fucking lion that the stork comes down and he mistakenly puts a lion in a herd of sheep, right? And the reason the thing that popped in my head, it was the mother she gets this Lampet, and all the other sheep get regular sheep, but it's this lion, and this one mother takes care of this lion, and one day he grows up and all this stuff, and they always make fun of him and like always make fun of him. They butt heads and stuff and like knock him out and stuff like that. But this one particular night, and this is why I think about it, a wolf came to come and kill the sheep and eat the sheep. He was a hungry wolf. So comes down and he's fucking pulls the lion's mother away, and she's going, Lampet, and he's like, Mama, right? Because I just pictured this in my head. It just popped in my head this lion saying, Mama, like this,
calling back to his sheep.
Yeah, call it the lion.
The mama
was
sheep.
The mama sheep, because he was getting pulled away for this fucking this wolf was pulling away, and all the other, and he's looking at, and Lampet's like looking at all the other sheep, and he was like, fucking, like, you gotta help me, and they weren't gonna help him, and all of a sudden something snapped in his fucking head, and he was like, because the mother was crying and stuff as the wolf was pulling her away to go eat her. And it just like snaps, and all of a sudden he was like, just became a lion at that moment. And he fucking runs up to this fucking thing, and the face that this wolf makes, guy, is the best. Fucking people, Wannabeez, go out there. Listen, Lampet, the sheepish lion. Go look at it. It's on Disney Plus. You can go watch this fucking thing. But to wrap it all up, the fucking face on this wolf when this lion started fucking like running after him, he's like, oh, like he's fucking gonna think, and he's fucking the fucking thing. The wolf was like, holy shit, and all he did was fucking smash him off the cliff, guy. It was the funniest fucking thing. But for some reason, I just brought this up. It just popped in my head, and I had to go run and see this from my childhood because it used to come on all the time.
I've never heard of this that movie in my entire life.
So
yeah, so
that's crazy.
You said it was a wolf that was attacking them?
Yeah, wolf was
Oh,
attacking.
okay. I think I see. Is this the face? Okay, is this the face you're talking about?
Yeah. He's
Okay, I
got that.
found it so fast. All right.
That's the short guy. That is
Lambert,
the
the
short.
sheepish lion.
Yeah.
Just search wolf. There's a couple
How
different
long is
faces
it?
of it. Is this the other
I don't
face
know,
you were thinking of? Maybe.
Yeah, that's the one he's like coming down and he's gonna eat the mother. But there's a different one
Oh my
when
god.
when the Lampert's running at him. Guy, it's the funniest. He's like, oh shit, like he's got this oh shit face on, guy.
It's pretty fucked up
he's
looking. Like it's
barreling.
sadistic.
Fucking Lampert's barreling at him like he's like a full grown fucking like lion and shit, and he's fucking just barreling until he's like, oh my god.
So the lion is dressed like a sheep.
No, he's a lion.
Oh, in the images
just a
I'm
lion.
seeing, he's the wolf is going after a sheep. Is this a different sheep
Yeah, that's
in the
the
story?
mother.
Oh, that's the mother.
mother.
Okay.
The mother he's put. So
Oh, okay. I see it now. It does look
the-
it does look like a rather feminine sheep.
yeah. So that's the mother, that the Lampert's mother, that because when in the beginning of the story, the stork comes and mistakenly leaves
Oh, there's a
Lampert
stork.
with the sheep, you know.
Right.
Because she got he drops out. He's like, "Oh, miss, this seems to be a mistake," and she was like, "Fucking not having it, guy." He tried to take Lampert away and bring him back to the African jungle, and she was not having it. And she just fucking beat the shit out of the stork, and he was like, "Fuck that piece, you can have him, fuck it." So he grew up with the sheep, and he was always like timid. And then when this event happened with the wolf, he turned into like fucking like a crazy lion, and it was just funny to see the fucking
He
reaction
awoken
of
his inner beast. He fucked like a
exactly,
beast.
guy. He fucked like a beast. That's exactly what he did. But that's like, you know.
Do you remember what year this might have come out?
I don't remember. I just remembered it being part of my childhood. Like I used to see this all the time on the Disney, like the Mickey Mouse Club used to come on at like Saturday mornings real early in the morning. And then there used to be like this Mickey exercising thing on Saturday mornings, guys. I used to wake up and they'd be like, they do exercises, wake up with Mickey or something like that. And they'd always have like they'd have the shorts or whatever, like the Disney animations in between that show, whatever. And that used to come on all the time.
You want to know
the classics, but
you want to know what year that was released?
Yeah, sure.
Lambert the Sheepish Lion is a Disney animated short film that was released 1952. Directed by so like I said earlier in the pod, the 1950s.
Yeah. It was in the 1950s.
Directed by Jack Hanna, and the voice of the narrator and the stork was provided by actor and Disneyland legend Sterling Holloway.
Yeah. Yep.
Who else did he voice? Let's see. Winnie the Pooh, Cheshire Cat.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Rockfort in Jungle Book.
Yeah, he had that deep voice. Is the narrator.
Yeah, he was like that. Yeah, I know exactly. As soon as you said those names, I know exactly who you were talking about. Nick, you got a B fact for us tonight?
Oh, I got a B fact, and it's a real good B fact for you guys. I think it's a real good B fact. The first record of honey harvesting is a cave painting from 6,000, 8,000 years old caves in Spain.
Damn, in Spain, huh?
You say 6,000 years?
Yeah, 6,000 years
Holy
old cave paintings.
Fuck.
It was the first kind of carbon dating when
like
when they showed
harvesting of honey.
Yeah, they showed depictions of harvesting honey.
So the reason we have honey today could very much be based on these hieroglyphs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I couldn't. I maybe I can time comedian back there, but I'm assuming.
Imagine just like
You know,
Imagine being like the first like Neanderthal or caveman or cave person, whatever, just to like experience honey for the first time.
oh yeah, and
Like, oh
did
my
you
god.
did you do you imagine him, you know, going through the trials and tribulations of trying to get honey, and he gets stung on his balls, guy, and he
On his balls every
every
time.
time that he tries to go get honey, and then he finally
Because that's like a drug too. Like,
yeah, he finally
he's like, oh, that's good. I need that.
he finally fucking gets it, and he just sits down and he's like, after all this time of being stung, and he just goes, well worth it.
Oh yeah.
Well fucking worth it.
Well, you got to think the first couple people that stumbled upon the hieroglyph just looked at it and had no idea what to do with this information. And then it took like one brave troglodyte to fucking like his way over to like scoop out the honey or whatever.
Honey?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think it was like, you know, they were like
Stone Age
actively being beekeeping, but the bees have been around for millions of years. I think it was just like, you know, cave, you know, 6,000 years ago, these people, this civilization, they just, you know, they went and grabbed a wild honey fucking out there, a beehive, and got honey, and, you know, and
I mean, like the cave painting could have been like, you know, somebody teaching somebody else how to do it. You know what I mean? Could have been anything.
Yeah. Well, I haven't been to Spain yet, so maybe that's the next trip for the honey for the Wannabeez. We got to go to Spain and check out these
cave paintings where it all started.
Fucking bees, Wannabeez, baby.
Could you imagine if like that's where the Wannabeez end up? We're in fucking Spain taking photos. Like if this podcast gets me to Spain to see the first record of honey keeping, because of, like, I'll fucking quit right there. Like that's it. That's the end.
And you were the guy that fucking shoehorned this whole thing into the bee situation.
John was the one that started the whole bee thing.
It's just the three of us at a podium, and we're just like, we're going to be honest, we have no idea what we're doing up here. This was all, we just were on a gimmick.
well, John came up with the name for the first, in the first episode, so we'll have to think, but you really took it to the whole new level with you know, the next episode. You were just like, oh well, I'm gonna the B facts, all your thing, and you were like, you know what, we're gonna think, and then I ran with it. I was like, you know what,
we all ran with it.
This is the greatest. I don't care if we have I'm going to literally do this for the rest of this time we do this fucking podcast, because it's amazing.
Dude, I don't get. Well, I'll die. I'll die with doing Wannabeez.
Shut the fuck up.
Be cool.
Buzz, motherfucker.
I'm drunk once
totally
again.
Fucked that
up. I love butchering the ending.